Welcome back to another episode of the Modern Real Estate Mama podcast. I am bringing you a replay today of an old episode, which was Q4 client appreciation ideas and pop buys. So this was a great episode, and as we're in the almost the middle of September, this is a great time to start thinking about ways to go back and thank your past clients, just stay in touch with them, express your appreciation and gratitude. And again, this is fruitful for your business. You're continuing to nurture and further those relationships. So at the time of uploading this, it's probably not going to be ready yet, but I'm going to have a PDF guide available for you, and I will link that in the show notes. So if you would like to go grab a copy of that, go ahead and go to that link, and it'll be out in the next week or so for you to kind of refer back to when it comes to Q4 appreciation and gratitude ideas. And if you don't have any clients yet, you're a new agent, think about people you could, just love on a little bit extra. Friends, family members, maybe some neighbors, people that live nearby you, maybe some of your vendors and, the people who are small businesses in the area that you like to support or that you're networking with. Think outside the box here. It does not have to be past clients if you don't have anybody yet that you're working with. So I hope that you enjoy this replay, and go and grab that guide if you need an extra resource to refer back to, and just guide you as you put something like this into place for your client and past client touch points.
Welcome to another episode of the Modern Real Estate Mama podcast. We are in Q4, like totally crazy, right?
Yep, we're in it.
We are in it. In fact, I wrote an email yesterday and had to Google this. And at the time of this recording and email yesterday, there were 79 days left. So I guess 78 days left of the year. Isn't that mind blowing?
That's crazy. That doesn't sound like a lot at all.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's totally not. But that said, we are amidst the holiday season. This is typically a time where the industry as a whole, when it comes to transactions, tends to start to quiet down and slow down. And it's really a time where agents are looking to make some moves, make some changes, dial their systems, really ramp up for next year and set their goals. But something we want to talk about today is really ways you can finish out the year with a bang. And essentially that is through, really nurturing your sphere, your clients, your database, really leaning into them and appreciating them, because that's what this season's all about, right? So we're going to talk about, different holiday touches like gifting, events, all the things related to, how you can lean into your community and leverage what you have left of the time this year.
Absolutely. I think this is a fun topic too. I think just because it's a good time of year to get into the holidays, get into all of the events and everything, and do connect with your people or people you want to be connecting with, in a fun way. I don't know about you, but I love to do gifts, and I love gift giving and putting together things for people. And I've been really trying to connect with my past clients and sphere better. And it's definitely something that, I have in the past struggled with. And now I'm making it a priority for our team. And I'm excited to brainstorm with you some of the ideas that we've both come up with and what we're seeing or what we think would be good touch points to have maybe with your database, with your farm, and to really build off of that episode we did with digging into your database and farming. If you want to start farming, a certain area or a niche, or you're trying to do lead gen in a new area, I think this would be really helpful.
Absolutely. And I agree with you too. I have struggled with this in the past. I think when I got into real estate, I felt like I had to give gifts because I saw other people doing that. And I feel like I was gifting for the sake of just going through the motions of gifting. And I didn't really have as much authenticity as far as how I did it or what those gifts were, really just kind of emulating what other people were doing because it seemed like something that agents do. And if it feels like that for you, I don't think it's a good idea to be gifting in that way. And it's not ultimately going to be
You guys, come on.
successful for you. So I feel like there are a lot of ways, big and small, that you can make this authentic and true to you in your business and your brand and get really personal with it, whether it's, something as big as an event or something as small as a pop by, whether this is your past clients or it's part of your sphere and your community. There are a lot of different ideas that we've put together for you. But I think two biggest takeaways as we dig into this and get through it are making sure that you're doing this from an authentic place in an authentic way. And the second thing is, how do you leverage this into future long-term growth? Because that's super important. Yes, we want to be gifting from the heart and, putting these touches from the heart and being genuine about it, but you're also running a business. And so how do we utilize this to ultimately grow businesses and set up these relationships to be strong and long term, because it's all about creating relationships. Again, in an authentic way. Can't say that enough. So let's talk about some ideas. First of all, let's talk about going grand with it versus something more intimate. Grand would be throwing a holiday event, throwing a party. Some people do like massive pie pickup parties around Thanksgiving time. Some people throw like a holiday client appreciation event. Some people rent out pumpkin patch and do something like that for the day or a couple of hours. Those would be some ideas of some more grand scale events, kind of scaling that down into like something more medium, like a Friendsgiving, having like a mom's night out with like an intimate dinner and, maybe shopping. That's something kind of more on my level, like something I'm planning to do, between the two, or like a skill-based workshop. Like maybe it's, making something pretty for the home, like a wreath or a centerpiece that people can utilize for their holiday entertaining. Those are kind of like some bigger event ideas that I have heard, seen, or thought of. And I think it really just depends on like what stage you're at in your business. Right now, I could throw a large community event, but it's not something that I feel like I personally can take on this year. I would love to aspire to that in the future. But personally, I'm really about like intimacy and getting together with people, but getting together with enough people because as busy moms, we don't always have time to like get together and go have coffee with all the friends. So I love to use these times to actually connect with friends, past clients, because I don't have time to individually touch everybody. So to me, like a medium sized, Friendsgiving type event, maybe we'll have some cocktails, some light appetizers, and do like a little pop-up shop with a local vendor, like jewelry or clothing or something fun where like us as moms can treat ourselves. Like that is something that really speaks to me. I did this around Mother's Day. My friend has a boutique and we threw an event for shopping and it was a huge hit. Like we had so much fun and it was just a place for moms to like escape for a little bit and treat themselves. And so I'll probably take that approach myself for like a Friendsgiving kind of medium sized event. That feels like that really fits for me in my business. But I love taking that idea and like making it an organized event, like a workshop of some kind. And when we talk about like leveraging, these types of events, I think the biggest key for holding an event is making sure that you are collecting information in exchange for providing, you know, entertainment, fun, organizing something. You need to be collecting people's information to be able to do so. So some ideas on ways that you can do that would be having, if you're going to do personal invitations, depending on how big it is, having a registration link, either a Google form or some sort of a landing page to make sure you're collecting their information. I would absolutely, at minimum, be collecting emails and phone numbers, but you could also collect addresses too. And, just getting as much information as you comfortably can from people that will help you connect with them on a deeper level. If that's getting a birthday, because part of your sauce is making sure you're reaching out to everybody on a birthday or an anniversary, make sure you're using this opportunity to comfortably grab that information. If that's not something you do, don't overwhelm them with more things to fill out. Make it simple, but make it work for your strategy, your business, your sauce. But definitely grabbing information. The other thing, this is actually a little nugget I heard from training inside of my brokerage from some high level players in the industry that throw massive client events. This is a really cool little nugget that you could do on a smaller scale. Even one of the things that they ask people to do when they're RSVPing while they're thinking of it because they want to come to your party, asking them at that time, if they haven't yet, to fill out a Google review. And you're going to do a raffle of some kind, if this is allowed in your state or your area, for anybody who's leaving a review. The other thing that they do is on site at the event, they make sure to have somebody capturing footage. So definitely recommend investing in a photographer or videographer or someone who can do both. I think it's a great investment because you could be having someone walking around, not only capturing the event and showing how much you love on your clients, but also pulling people aside and saying, hey, would you mind doing a quick review for us real quick? And getting video testimonials. So that was a nugget I got at a training and I loved that idea. So anything that you're doing, whether it's a big pie party or just like a holiday party, if you have entertainment, like making sure you're capturing that at minimum for social media so people can just see, how much you really pour into your people, and how much you really do appreciate them by working with you. But also using that time to grab actual testimonials and feedback that you could be sharing on your website, on Google, and your social media. And there's nothing wrong with asking for something in exchange for providing a space for people to gather, entertaining. You are putting money into this, you are investing into this, you are throwing a party. You are not asking for much to ask people for their information and for a testimonial. So, those are some ways that I would recommend leveraging big events. We also know the fortunes in the follow up. So, making sure you're taking that information and, pre-planning a strategy of how you're going to use it and how you're going to follow up, how you're going to thank them for coming, making sure you're pre-planning that follow-up so that you actually execute it post event. And I also think, if you're going to do something kind of on a medium, making sure you have some things out there, some little takeaways with your logo. You could do this on a big event too, might be pretty costly, but making sure you're providing some sort of an on-site gift that they can remember you by, some sort of swag of value, and also inviting them to connect on social media. So if you're inviting people that aren't necessarily clients, maybe you're opening it up to like, I am having this Friendsgiving mom's night out pop-up thing. Yes, I'm inviting all my past clients, but please bring a friend with you. This is also community, like bring a friend who would think this is fun too. That's your way of loving on your people, but connecting with more people as well, and inviting them to connect on social and making sure you're grabbing their emails. Maybe they aren't on the RSVP, but like when they show up to the event and you're giving out a little gift, ask them to sign in, ask them to fill out a little card at their little place setting. And people will be glad to do that because they're excited that you put this together. A couple of things on, grand, bigger events. Braden, did you have anything like you had ideas for, or, even follow up or leverage ideas for people who are putting together, grander scale, bigger event type things like a pie pickup party or something like that?
Yeah, so I think that so I had like, if you wanted to do a bigger event for things around Thanksgiving, the month of November is, for a pie event is to just do like the behind the scenes. I think also is super important with like if you're on Instagram stories or if Facebook is your platform of choice or whatever your platform is, to kind of just share behind the scenes and be like, I'm so excited, we're doing this, like the day of, showing footage of you like setting up or your decorations or little, if you can get a couple of selfies with whoever comes, again just having that that footage and just kind of the behind the scenes and making it fun and just showing like how excited you are to, have this event, connect with your past clients, your sphere, your neighborhood people, whoever you're inviting is just another thing. There's a lot of opportunity with this time of year and connecting with people, that just getting as much as you can and like milking every bit from the event just to make it a whole, well-rounded thing. And, the thing that I like about Instagram stories is like it's very authentic and very, even if you don't have, maybe you don't have a budget for a professional photographer or to do like photos and video, but if you have somebody taking your cell phone around and taking photos, and then you take a couple of clips, you can put a reel together after that. You can, share some photos in your email the next couple of weeks saying like, thank you so much, I hope you guys have had a great Thanksgiving and I'm just so appreciative of your support of my business. Just taking as much as you can get out of these touches that you're doing to really just get the most out of it.
Totally. And I love the idea of like showing leading up to it because that's like weeks of content right there, like going into planning stuff and getting people interested and inviting more people based on that. So I really, really love that idea as well. Let's dig into kind of like medium, smaller size type things. We talked about maybe doing like a Friendsgiving, mom's night out type thing, or like a skill based workshop, something kind of like a medium sized group could attend. But something more intimate, like if you just want to do things like with your past clients and do a little more than a pop by, if you want to kind of do a seasonal kind of bigger push, some ideas that I had for that are family photo sessions. That
Yeah.
is a low investment to show your past client appreciation. You can book a photographer at a pretty location for a couple of hours and offer to do their seasonal family photos for their holiday cards. And I have seen those be super successful for a lot of different agents. And it's there again, you're staying top of mind, you're showing your appreciation, and then same thing as you said, sharing that on social media, how much you love and appreciate your clients. And I don't know about you, but like family photos every year, they're not cheap. So that is a
No.
huge value-based thing that people would be glad to show up for and glad to tag you in and say, "Hey, thanks so and so realtor for providing our family photos this year. You're the best." Because they can be expensive. They can be upwards of like a few $100s. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I think that that's a great value that wouldn't cost you as much because you're booking the one photographer to be there for a set amount of time. You can do short increments. Like my photographer does mini sessions. They're like 15 minutes, and with kids anyways, like they're done. So
Yeah.
it's perfect. I'm sure a photographer would be happy to work out like a multi-family price for a window of time, given that also they're going to get their name out there to all those people as well and on your social media. So that's one idea. Another kind of alteration on that idea, photos with Santa. You could totally pop up at your local tree farm, and this could go with your past clients or not. Like you could do this somewhere in your neighborhood, maybe you have a park. But I've also thought about doing this like at a tree farm and having Santa there, and you can kind of like even get people who are coming in off of the tree lot, and you can even use it kind of like as a way to advertise as well. And you sponsor those photos with Santa for the day or a block of time, have some little goodies to give out with your card on them for the people who are kind of like just walking up. That's something else that you can do that is a low investment, quick, low planning, high leverage opportunity. Another thing in line with that would be like a toy drive or something to give back. It's not, going all out and hosting an event. It definitely takes more organization than like a one day thing typically, but it's giving back into your community. And I love that idea as well. So yeah. And then one other really cool idea, somebody I know does a gift wrap party. And this is
Love
something
that.
small, like
Yeah.
something with just your friends or just your past clients. You're inviting them like into your home and you supply the gift wrap, you pay for the gift wrap and just have people come and bring gifts and you wrap them together, have some drinks, low investment, super intimate and fun. Again, something that's totally grammable, or easy to share on social media. You can even enlist people to make some cool holiday reels with you. Like you could pre-plan some cool things to film and get footage. Use it as a content session. It's super fun, and it's something that everybody needs to do. You're saving them money because you're supplying the gift wrap, and then you're making it fun and something people often put off until like Christmas Eve or the night before the holiday event they're going to. It's a last minute thing, but getting people to sit down and do it together, it's such a great way to bring people together.
I love that idea. I think that similarly, like some of the events are like things that I had thought of were like very much along the lines of that. I love the idea of the gift wrap party, but let's say you're like, okay, my Christmas season itself is hectic and I don't even know if I have time to do that. A very easy and simple way that you could do like a scaled down version of that is go deliver like gift wrap, tissue paper, and like gift tags to your clients like at the very beginning of December and be like, hey, I know you might need more than this, but here's like a couple of rolls of, a couple of things to get your everything going because how many times have like parents run out of like gift wrap too or like tape or gift tags like and they're like, "Oh my gosh, am I going to have to go out on Christmas Eve or Christmas Eve?" Like maybe you just spared them from having to like run out of stuff or you just kind of help them, be better prepared this Christmas season. The toy drive, I love the toy drive idea especially because like statistically, I think it's been shown that like people are most likely to give back the most during the holiday season. And so if you can organize it and be a part, of a toy drive or an organization that you're, really interested in or just kind of putting that on, I think that's a great position to be in. And it probably will make you feel good too. And just connect with your people and show them like what's important. To you and you get to see like what's important to them as well, which is a wonderful connection piece.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like too, that's something that you can go around. You can even do a virtual toy drive. Like you don't have, like you can offer to pick things up for people or give them your address to send things from Amazon or, order online and mail to you. You can ask them to just participate in gift cards or send you Venmo and you'll buy the gifts. And then that way you can show people on social media here, I'm picking out gifts. Like I'm down here at Target right now. I got these wonderful gift cards, or monetary contributions on social media. If you want to give too, I'm down here buying gifts. I'm putting together a toy drive and here's where it's going. Like there are so many ways you can do this. And I want to like get down into like that smaller scale segment here with like Popeyes. Like if you are somebody and you're just getting started, if you don't have a client yet, if you have 2 clients, if you have 5 clients, these ideas probably sound really fun and like something you want to do, but you're like, I'm not there yet. I don't have a budget or I don't have that many clients yet. That is something like a community toy drive you don't need any clients for. And, stopping by to offer gift wrap supplies, like a gift wrap basket to your 2 clients this year. And congrats, by the way, for getting 2 clients this year. That's amazing. And they're going to remember that and they're going to share that. And, that is the stuff that goes round and around. So, in terms of like smaller pot buys for the holidays, couple ideas. People do love to do pies. Some people hesitate to do like door drops of food, or especially like if it's not someone they know. Like if you had 2 clients, hopefully you know them well and they trust taking food from you. But like making sure that you are letting people know, like, hey, I'm coming by with something perishable. Are you home? So they kind of have a heads up that you're coming. I definitely recommend doing that. If you're doing something with food, some people love to deliver like potted mums, or something like that around the fall time as the seasons change. Of course, getting into holidays, I love to gift ornaments with their address and like the year, if it's like their first year in their home, something like commemorative like that. You can definitely find a local maker or order them on Etsy. There's a ton of different custom ornaments, especially like home style ornament options there on Etsy. But if you can, I always recommend involving local because that's something that you guys can mutually benefit and share from, supporting local. As far as Popeyes, Braden, like what do you have for ideas for someone who maybe has a smaller pool, but they want to make a big impact?
Yeah, so starting from, because I think there'll still be a little bit of time left, even for Halloween once this episode is recorded. But the first thing that I had was pumpkins. I mean,
Mm.
pumpkins is just, it's fun. You can put like a cute little tag. It could be, I love those, like, at Trader Joe's, they have those like tiny little sets of pumpkins.
Yeah.
That could be like, especially if you know somebody that's like crafty, like I've seen a lot of people like paint them or like make them into like little arrangements. So like that could be cute. You could put a little tag on it. And that could be good for not only Halloween, but like I feel like Thanksgiving in November can kind of be like the forgotten month. And so you could even do this early November and it would be really cute, like Thanksgiving decor, thanks or month of November decor for anybody, especially, because like we know Halloween could be like iffy. Some people are like totally into it, some people are not. So
Yeah.
you could either do it before Halloween, or if you're not really sure, you could do, pumpkins in the month of November.
I also
Also,
love that idea before you move on because
yeah.
I know you saw my story yesterday. I went to Home Depot and I'm not even kidding you. They called this an extra large pumpkin. This was your average size
That did
pumpkin.
not look
Okay.
extra
It
large.
was
There's
not,
no
and they called it an
way.
extra large carving pumpkin. I think this was your average pumpkin you can make a face on.
Yeah,
And it was literally 15.98.
that's so
So
insane.
I
Yeah.
was like, "Is there a pumpkin shortage around here?" I mean, I know we're experiencing inflation, but if people are going out to Home Depot and you are gifting them a pumpkin, they're gonna feel loved on because those things are
Seriously.
expensive. Um,
That's so crazy. That was definitely not a $16 pumpkin.
no, it wasn't,
Come
honestly.
on.
No. Maybe it's just where I live. I did manage to find at, like, my local grocer, like, I have, like, a discount, like, employee-owned grocer that I love to shop at. I don't know if they're everywhere, it's called Winco.
Oh
But
yeah.
they're, like, employee-owned, and they have, like, really great prices and, like, the best produce, and they had them. I think we had, like, 2 really big ones, and they were, like, 6 or $7 each. Trader
Okay.
Joe's always has the great price on pumpkins too. Sometimes you can't get real big ones there, it just
Yeah.
depends, but yeah, if you guys need pumpkin resources, we got them, but your clients will definitely feel appreciative if they ever walk into a Home Depot right now.
For sure. Yeah. I think that's just a fun one. I mean, like pumpkins are such good, like whether you do Halloween or you just everyone loves fall. I mean,
Yeah,
literally everyone loves fall. I feel like it's the pumpkin anything related to pumpkins and pumpkin patches, I feel like even on social media is like always like my top content. And I had posted in the group this week that I had my TikTok about pumpkin patches went viral. If you can like do something with pumpkins, I feel like that is a really just fun way to connect with clients and easy enough for you, especially if you only have a couple of people that are past clients or you have, a small sphere, like that's easy enough, something you can do without having to put on a full event if you're not quite ready for that.
yeah.
And then if you don't want to do food, I saw something really cute on Pinterest today. I saw these like personalized like pie knives and they were
Oh,
really beautiful. And the person just packaged them in, those like colorful, like, I don't know, they're not mesh, but I'm trying to think of what the bags are, but like you can see through them and they're
like
fabric.
cellophane fabric?
They're like, yeah, like a little like drawstring bags
Mm,
and they have different colors, but and they just have like that and then a little tag saying, you know, a little note. And I thought that was really cute. And I'm like, well, if you had a couple of clients, you're newer in the business or you're new to an area, you have, a couple of people that are like maybe your VIPs or
yeah,
really close to you in your sphere that you feel like could be, you really want to gift them something nice. That's something that can be used like over and over for, birthday parties,
totally.
holidays, like that can be used every single year. So I thought that was really cute. You might have to, I think theirs were personalized. It looked like there was like engraving on them, but
Yeah,
they were really nice looking. And if you wanted to do something that was like a mid-level gift, and you
a ton
didn't
of
have
people.
the resources for a huge, um, to do it for like a huge network, but you're like,
Mhm.
well, okay, I've got 5 to 10 people. That could be a nice gift that you do for the quarter that can also be like a long term thing.
Yeah. I love that idea because it's something they're always going to pull out and remember you every time they use it. So anything that's like a useful gift is meaningful and just something they'll keep remembering you by. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've kind of talked about fall, we've talked about holiday, different ideas. Also, something I did last year going into New Year's, I did a fall pop by and then I did a New Year's one. I skipped the holidays. I sent a card, but it just kind of sometimes feels like too many things. And I was really focused on like helping people know that I was focused on their goals. And that's something that's always like New Year's themed. So I went around and did little champagne Popeyes. And then my clients who didn't drink, I did like sparkling cider because I actually know that about people on my intake form, like what their favorite beverage is. And if they like to drink, they'll always put wine or beer or what cocktail they like, or otherwise they'll say like they like, you know, tea or something. So I always find out people's preferences ahead of time to make sure like I'm not offending anybody. But I went around with like a nice card. I pre-printed them online so they like felt nice. It was super low cost. I ordered some champagne in bulk and cider and just went around and dropped off a card that's saying like here's to the new year, and I'm thinking about my goals. I'm here to support yours, that kind of a thing. So that's another idea. But those are all like small scale pop ideas. I'm going to share one more. This is like your lowest minimalist effort idea cost wise you can do. I always do this on Thanksgiving, but you could really do it anytime. But I do like a give thanks email to my database. This goes to like everybody, not like my past clients, where I put a certain amount on a Starbucks gift card. I copy paste that, like on an online gift card. I copy paste that barcode so it's scannable into the email, and I set an amount, and it's kind of like while supplies last, and I shoot that baby out there and say, thank you so much for your support. As my thank you, go treat yourself to a Starbucks, small fine print while supplies last. And that is always a hit. And it's really fun because you like see your Starbucks app blow up, like how many people go and use it and like where. And then you don't know who does, but like you could see where it was used. And then people even like tag you on social media. So that is literally the effort of writing an email. You set the amount you're comfortable spending, and it's a great thing.
I love that. I think honestly, you can do that even if you're just needing like any time in the year, like you said, like a little, you just are feeling thankful. You want to let your people know, or it's like, who doesn't want like an email with like an open for a fun surprise? Alyssa is gifting me coffee right now. How awesome. Like you just never know who really needed that, or that little thing that's just, it's super simple. And you're right. Writing an email, loading up your Starbucks app, putting that code in there, like minimal effort. You don't have to go anywhere. You could literally do that in pajamas.
Yeah. Pro tip, buy a new gift card. Don't use your normal barcode. Just buy a separate gift card so that once that barcode's out, it's out and it's not like your regular one.
When you reload it, you like have somebody readily use it.
Yeah.
If
you're sending it out there into the abyss, I have a very large database. So I don't, 1,000+ people out there getting it. And I don't know who all of them are.
Yeah.
So I truly don't. When we talk about leverage, you can even be leveraging these small scale things such as this one. Like when you're talking about on social media, joining my email list, I am shooting out a fun little surprise this week. It's a little gift from me to you. If you would like to receive my newsletter, drop your email, send me a DM so that you can get this gift from me too. And then that is a way to leverage building your email database. So I think we talked about a ton of ideas. Of course, what we're going to do next is open this up for discussion when this episode airs in our Facebook community. If you're new here or just listening to us for the first time, we have an awesome members group where conversations are happening every day about real estate and motherhood and support and ideas, and just really community connection. So we invite you to join us there. We'll definitely post about this. We will put together a graphic with some ideas, but let's make a thread. And if you've got something that's worked really well in the past for you, or an idea that you're trying for the first time this year, I would love to encourage you to share that with the group and pour into us, because that's how community works and thrives. And check out some ideas for yourself. We would love to have you join us and connect with you and get to know you more.
Absolutely. And always just a reminder that if you guys are enjoying this podcast, we would seriously love a review. That is the number one way that the podcast platforms connect us with like-minded agents and, listeners that could be a part of our community that may really need the support of other real estate mamas that are in the business and raising their families. So we would just ask that you leave us, a review on Apple and Spotify, I think are the two biggest ones that we're really looking to connect with. And we'd be so appreciative.
Absolutely. And collectively, Braden and I are always here for you. We love to get to know you guys more and hear from you. You can check in the show notes our personal social media links. We do have an account on Instagram as well for this podcast, but you can always pop into our DMs personally as well. We love to get to know you and see and meet more faces. So thanks so much for listening. Wishing you guys a happy holiday season ahead. Of course, you'll be hearing us pretty much every week until the year ends, but want to wish you success as you set out to really build upon your Q4 plans and strategies, and just wishing you so much success as we close out this year. We are so proud of you and appreciative of you. Thanks for listening.